Well, today you can sit cross-legged if you want, but I actually want to get into the quads a little bit. So I'm gonna sit, and I invite you to as well, unless it's really uncomfortable for your knees, to sit back on your heels. And maybe if your quads are flexible, you can sit straight back on your heels. Maybe you need one or even two pillows. You can really stack them up and just make it really comfortable for yourself. But if you want to go cross-legged, that's totally fine as well. So whether you're sitting back on your heels or cross-legged, let's find a comfortable position. And you can gently close your eyes. Just start becoming familiar with your breath. Breathing in through the nose, growing tall in your seat. And exhale, relaxing the shoulders down and back. Today we're going to be talking about letting go. And I've started thinking of the term letting go a little differently lately. It's not so much about rejecting things that come into your space, but it's more about allowing those things to continue on. So with our eyes closed, we can practice this with our thoughts. Our thoughts do not naturally grab us and bring us down rabbit holes. The clinging to our thoughts is what keeps us trapped in the mind. So letting your thoughts go, releasing the clinging that we tend to have with our thoughts. Just allowing your thoughts to come into your awareness and noticing them, observing them, and then letting them go, allowing them to continue on. You can start to deepen the breath a bit here. Still growing tall, elongating that spine up towards the ceiling. And relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. You can keep your eyes closed or open them as we just slowly transition. And we're going to come all the way down to our mats on our stomachs. And we're going to get into our backs here. So if you have any kind of, if coming up into a cobra is difficult for you, you can always just come into a nice, soft, upward facing dog. We are going to come up, and it's actually called Sphinx in Yin. So our elbows are going to be underneath our shoulders, maybe a little behind the shoulders. Legs are extended all the way out with our ankles relaxed here. And we're just going to gently push with our arms, pushing our torso up to create a little bit of a contraction in the lower back, a little compression back there. We don't want to go so far that it's painful. Definitely, we do not want to be feeling pain here, but just a little bit of tension in that lower back. If you have a really flexible back, you can spread your fingertips and push your body up, extending your arms straight. That's too intense for me to sustain, so I'm going to come back down, but this is called seal. And I can feel my muscles tensing up, so I know that's not right for me today. Got another couple minutes here, so just finding the right pose for you. Breathing into the back space. Relaxing your glutes. Relaxing your lower back. Got about 40 more seconds here. Breathing into that space, really feeling the expansion in your lower back as you inhale. And releasing a little more tension in your lower back as you exhale, letting go a little more. Just a couple more breaths. Noticing if your breath is a little constricted in this pose. Anytime you feel constriction in the body through the breath, there's always a little more tension you can release. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, just gently letting your body come down to the mat. And you can get onto your back if you prefer laying on your back, but since we're already here, feel free to just be on your stomach, coming into our first rebound. Feeling the effects of that pose. Maybe even continuing to breathe into the lower back. Maybe you feel little tingles of energy in your hands, coming up your arms. Relaxing the shoulders, letting go of the wrists. About another minute here. I'll leave it for us in silence. And gently wiggling your fingers, starting to wake up the body. Let's bring our hands underneath the shoulders and gently push our bodies up. We're going to make our way into a child's pose here. I know we normally start with child's pose, but it's really the perfect counter pose for an intense back bend. So after that cobra, a little bit of a forward fold with our child's pose is just perfect. So the closer your knees are, the more into your hips you're going to feel this pose. The wider your knees are, the closer to the groin you're going to feel this pose. So just trying out a different, whatever spot you want. And if you feel you need to change as you go on, feel free. Just feeling into those hips while we get a nice little forward fold on the back as well. Let's do a little breathing exercise here. We're going to inhale for 4 seconds. Hold our inhale at the top for 2 seconds. And then exhale for 6 seconds. Let's inhale, filling the belly for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, filling the hips with air for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, filling the belly for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. And exhale, pushing all of that air out of your belly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, filling the lower back for 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold at the top. And exhale for 6, 5, letting go of the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Can breathe normally here. Relaxing your ankles, relaxing your jaw, letting go of the tension in your neck, and breathing into the hips, into the hip flexors. Got another 2 minutes here. I'll leave it for us in silence. Got 20 more seconds here. Letting go of your ankles and your hip flexors. Releasing your jaw. And let's gently bring those hands back. And push your way up, being careful with your hip flexors here. And if you want to come onto your stomach or your back, whichever one you prefer here, taking your time, making your way to our next rebound. Extending those legs out. And relaxing the arms by the sides. I just read something today. I think it was a quote from Brené Brown. I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but she said that we need to let go of the illusion that we have control in our life. Not actually letting go of control over our lives, because we didn't ever have the control over our lives. Letting go of the idea, the need for control, is actually just letting go of anxiety. Accepting that life comes in waves. And oftentimes things happen that we have no control over. I think this year, if it's been teaching us anything, it's been teaching us how to roll with the punches, how to go with the flow of life. Definitely not all the way there yet, but always working on just allowing life to happen all around you. Relaxing your wrists and the palms of your hands. Got one more minute here. I'll leave it for us in silence. And let's gently make our way up into a seated position. We're going to do butterfly here. There's a couple of different options. So if you want to lay back on a bolster or a pillow, that can be really, really nice. We also have the option of folding forward. So let's bring our feet together, the soles of our feet. Maybe they're about a foot from your groin. Maybe they're closer or further away. Finding the right spot for you. And if you want to fold forward, you can just let your head become heavy and get a nice little forward fold on the back as you get into the groin. Or if you want to lay back, you can relax back on your pillow and just allow your hips to open and your knees to fall off to the side. I'm going to do a forward fold today. It's kind of a day-by-day thing on what feels good to you right now. Either way, we are working towards relaxation in the ankles. And relaxation in the hips. Finding little bits of tension in the groin that you can just release a little bit more of. Inhaling into the groin. Feel that expansion. And as you exhale, just releasing the tension in that area a little more. Feeling your knees becoming heavier, your legs becoming heavier. If you're forward folding, you can also direct your breath into the back. Feeling the entire, all the tissue lining the spine expanding on your inhale. And relaxing the jaw and the neck on the exhale. Releasing the right hip flexor. Releasing the left hip flexor. And breathing into that space in the groin. Noticing if you have any sensations coming up, a physical sensation such as tingling or warming. Maybe it's an emotional sensation. We hold a lot of our stuck emotions in our groin. Allowing all of that to happen and breathing with it. Got about a minute left. We'll leave it for us in silence. Let's take 2 collective breaths to finish our butterfly. Inhale, filling the groin with air. And exhale, relaxing the hips, relaxing the ankles. Inhale, filling the belly. And exhale, pushing all of that air out of your belly. Really pushing it all out of your system. And breathing normally. Let's make this transition the slowest one so far. Just if you're in a forward fold, just straightening your back really slowly. If you're already on your back, feel free to just effortlessly let those feet come out extended. And wherever you are, just making your way into another rebound. Feeling the effects on the groin here. At any point, make yourself as comfortable as you want to be. If you want to use a blanket or a pillow during any of our rebounds, feel free. I don't know about any of you, but I have been having a little bit of a hard time sleeping recently. What I've been doing is just choosing one yin pose to do in bed. And then just getting into my rebound / shavasana position. I have a hard time actually falling asleep like this. But just settling into the bed and into that position allows for the mind to slow down a lot. Take this time to feel into our bodies. Really focusing all of our attention into the groin, into the hip flexors. Just observing what your body feels like, directing your attention into that area. Letting your breath be effortless here. Inhale, belly rising. And exhale, belly falling. Relaxing your thumbs. Relaxing your pinkies. With as little effort as possible, let's start to make our way into a twist to the left. So there are a couple different ways that we can do this. You can keep your left leg extended out and just allow your right knee to maybe be up at about a 90-degree angle and then let it fall off to the left. That's one way to come into your twist. Always really nice to have a pillow under where the knee is going to land, just to let your back let go a little more. Another way that we can do this is to cross the right leg over the left leg and then bring both legs over to the left. I just got a couple back cracks right there. That might be the right choice. Or if you don't want to cross the legs, but you want both knees over to the side, you can just have your feet hip width apart and then just allow the knees to just kind of knock over to the left and fall to the ground. So if you try one and it feels great, just feel free to stick with it. If it doesn't feel great, then try the other option until you find the one that works for you. Taking your time to settle in to your twist. Relaxing the lower back. And if you want your arms to be outstretched, they can be. You can even get an extra, our primary focus is on the back here, but if you're feeling it well into your back and you're able to relax your glutes, your hamstring, you can also bring your gaze over to the left and get a nice little stretch through the outstretched right arm. Just an extra option. Another thing that I've been working on letting go of is the feeling of being self-conscious. Even during these classes, there are moments where I feel a little self-conscious, wondering if what I just completely said on the fly even made sense. And again, it's not about rejecting that feeling. It's about recognizing what it really is. It's just a part of my own ego, worrying about what other people think of me. And inevitably, if I am focusing on the feeling of being self-conscious, I'll begin to cling to it, and I won't be able to allow what's really supposed to come through me in that moment to come through. So allowing those self-conscious thoughts to come in, recognizing them for what they are, and then just letting them go on. About another minute here, maybe a minute and a half. Relaxing, letting go of any tension you're still holding in your hips. Letting go of the tension in your glutes and your lower back. And breathing into the right side of the lower back. let's gently, without moving your torso, just moving your legs. Let's come back to where our feet are planted below our butts on the ground, and just do a little windshield wiper from side to side to loosen the back up before we get onto the left side of the back. The feet are about hip width apart and the knees are just falling to either side. Feeling into noticing how differently the two sides of your back feel here. And when you're ready, you can either find the same position as you just had, or maybe you want to try another option. So you either have the right leg extended all the way out, left leg over to the right, left knee over to the right, or you can cross the left leg over the right leg and come down to the right, or you can have your legs separated and bring both legs down to the right. Whatever you want to do here. Whatever helps you feel that gentle contraction in the left side of the lower back. Again, if you have a pillow near you, I really enjoy a nice pillow underneath where my legs are falling down. Got another 2 minutes here. I'll leave it for us in silence. Gently make your way into a rebound, taking as much time as you want to. The longer, the better, really. Feeling each movement as we transition. Each little sensation of your skin touching the mat or the carpet. And relaxing your arm by your sides. Just breathing into the backspace and feeling into your back. Going back into your breath. A couple deep breaths here, really filling up our lungs, inhaling through the nose. And open your mouth and let it go. One more time. Filling the belly all the way up. Opening your mouth and letting it go. Relaxing the face. Make our way into a seated position. We're going to finish today with caterpillar. There are a couple different things you can do with pillows and bolsters here. I personally like to sit on my bolster to be able to get my body weight getting a little more momentum going forward. You can also put a bolster underneath your knees so that there's a little bend without there being any tension there. Or you can also put it right on your legs so that your head can rest on a pillow. So whatever you decide to do, you can have your knees as bent as they want to be. We're going to be getting into the back and into the hamstrings here. So before reaching forward, relaxing those ankles, and then just starting to crawl your body forward, maybe grabbing at your ankles and pulling your body forward. Maybe your hands are underneath the calves or at the end of your feet. Starting to find that spot where you can feel your hamstrings and feel a little bit of stress in the hamstrings without the hamstrings tensing up, without those muscles constricting, without the ankles working. letting go of the hips. Relaxing your jaw and your neck. As you relax those areas, you may be able to feel tension all the way, or stress is a better way of putting it, all the way from the base of your spine, up the spine, up the neck, to the top of the head, and maybe even to the forehead. One of our myofascial groups actually runs all the way on this pose, actually, from the base of the foot, up the back of the leg, up the hamstrings, up the spine, and it ends at the forehead. We've got another minute and a half here. I'll leave it for us in silence. Just relaxing all of the leg muscles and the neck and the jaw. Take 3 collective inhales here. Inhale, filling the entire back space all the way up the spine. And exhale, relax the neck, relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Inhale into the hamstrings. And exhale, relax the ankles, relax the hips. Last inhale of the day, let's make it a good one, filling that back all the way up once more. And exhale, letting go of everything, letting your body just become completely heavy, releasing your grip on your hands. And when you're ready, just gently start falling backwards. No need to make it to your mat right away. But let's try to actually massage each individual vertebrae as we make our way down. Mat back a little curved as you come down, just to feel each vertebrae connecting with the mat. And finding your way into your final Shavasana. using any pillows or any blankets that you might enjoy here. Just feeling into the back. Got a lot of work done on the back today. Biggest lesson for me so far this year has been letting go of expectation. Letting go of expectations that I may have of other people, of my friends, my parents, my brother. Letting go of expectations that I have from any of my life situations these days. It's hard to expect anything. Most importantly, letting go of the expectations I have of myself. Oftentimes, the expectations that we think other people have of us, and we may hold resentment towards those people for having these expectations of us. Many times those things are actually just expectations we have of ourselves, disguised. Relaxing your hips and your glutes. Letting go of your lower back, the tension all along the spine. Relaxing the middle of your palm, your thumbs, your pinkies, your middle fingers. Letting go of the wrist, the forearm, the biceps, and the triceps. Letting go of the jaw to relax the neck. Softening your face. And allowing your body to completely let go. Gently coming back into your space. Coming back into your breath. Taking as much time as you need to make your way up into a comfortable seated position. Bring our hands to heart center. Thank you all so much for being here today. I needed this class, hopefully as much as, well, I don't know if I want you to need it, but I hope that it was as effective for you as it was for me. Namaste means that the light in me recognizes and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.